Okay, so I walked about a kilometer plus, so less than a mile from the house, which is that way. Here, now we are kind of in this nice forest. It's some bird. So there's a lot of this type of forest here, spacious, nice. I'm just gonna climb up to that rock and talk to you a bit. I will just leave you here. So if anyone is new here, my name is Jokke, and at the moment I'm in Koskenpää in Finland. So I'm a yoga teacher, I stream daily. Oh, this is really slippery. I don't have many grips here. Let's see if I can get up here without hurting myself. Too slippery. I'm just gonna be here. So, this is my slow vlog. So don't expect me to get on point really quickly. I made that one yesterday. I was working and talking, and so the idea is that I can share a little bit about myself to you, the community. Some of you know me better if you have come to my workshops or my teacher training courses. Then you have quite a good idea who I am. But now, as I'm streaming daily and YouTube is finally kind of slowly waking up, and there's more activity there. There are new people coming in, new subscribers. So please do subscribe if you want to join our yoga classes, and you just want to start this morning ritual that we are doing. Or in any case, if you're just interested in the content that I create. I sometimes talk about crazy things like deeper philosophical topics about existence, what it is, and who is this I am, and stuff like that. But it's still the same dude. It's still me. Some of you know from me as like I'm this joker if we're doing some workshops or education. So then I'm usually I like to joke around and stuff like that. But me, like everyone else, have different sides of ourselves. So it's just that in certain situations you see one part of the person. So with these vlogs, I want to maybe give you a more full picture of who I am. Is it important that you know it? I don't know. It can be interesting if you practice with me daily. So maybe it's good that you know who I am. I like authenticity, so I like to share things. So I don't create any illusions here. I don't want to think about me as something that I'm not, but rather I like the fact that we are just human beings, and you know who I am, more or less. And yeah, maybe it is interesting for some. Maybe it can be useful. I don't know. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit about the November workshop that is coming. So it's interesting. It's the 8th to 10th of November in Haapsalu. I don't have the proper workshop information up yet, but that is why I have kind of the feel the need to talk about it so that you could actually prepare and join the workshop. So it's my birthday workshop. So I'm turning 50, 10th of November. And I told Tere that I don't want to have any surprise parties or anything like that. So I don't really, I don't have any parties. When I turn whatever years, I don't really have a party. I don't invite people and stuff like that. Uh, I don't know. I've never really felt the need to do that. But this year is in a way special because I turned 50. Not that it means anything, it's just 1 year more, but it's a round number, right? And the next similar number than this one is 50 years from now. And it's not very likely that I'll even get there. Of course, it's a possibility, but I don't really have a goal to live for to be 100. Like I don't really care, um, one way or another. What I do care about is to live before I die. So not how long I live, but to actually feel alive. That's why I also practice yoga because it helps me. It's a great tool. It's the best tool that I know of. So I turned 50, and it kind of forces a person, at least me, to kind of think about certain things. It's like in a way, we human beings can live up to about 100, right? A little bit more, a little bit less, if everything goes well, right? So in a sense, I feel like the first half is done, and the second half, which is most likely shorter, and most definitely is quicker, right? It seems that time just flies. It goes so fast compared to what it was before. Maybe it's because of the age. Maybe the maybe something has changed, that the experience of time changes. But so in a way, it's like the first half is done, and now I start my second half. So how do I want to live my second part, that second half of my life? If I think about the last decade, so from 40 to 50, I think that has been the decade that has changed me the most. So the person that I was when I turned 40 compared to who I am now as I'm turning 50, it's a very different person. A lot of growth has happened. My values have changed. My worldview has changed. And I'm happy to be here on this side of the decade that I've lived, the past decade. So I'm happy to be 50 rather than 40 and going through all of that again. Because I think from 40 to 50, there has been a lot of challenge last 10 years. Uh, but now I feel like I'm in a really good place. And I feel at the moment, I would say that I feel happy. What does that mean? I would say that I feel more freedom within me, and I feel that I'm not so lost, but that I have a pretty solid understanding of who I am, what I am, what this is. It's nice to be here. and just experience this. I will be quiet for just a moment. Many of you will skip to the next one, but it's okay. It's nice to be here. I like to be here because this slows me down. I've talked about this even in the previous video, I think, that this is meditation when you're just in the forest. Because these trees, they're not going anywhere. They're just standing here with you, teaching you how to just be. So it's nice. Or this rock here. Imagine how long this has been here. Imagine what it has seen and experienced. How many different animals have been on top of this? Birds and other types of animals. What the surrounding has been. What kind of weather. Oh man, hold on. I could feel it. There you are. Moose fly. If they start to attack, I need to move. So, yeah, about the workshop. Let's talk about that a little bit. That was one of the ideas. So, yeah, I'm not gonna celebrate my 50-year birthday, half a century birthday, but I will organize a workshop, and you can join that workshop. So no surprise parties, but if you want to surprise me, I will try to make the registration so that I will not see who is coming. So if you can come and if you want to come, then you can register with Terje. So I will add a registration link somehow for Terje. I don't know if I can do that, but I will give it a try. Yeah, I think I can, even if the registrations come to my Google Drive, I will just share that folder with Terje and I will not go into that. So it will be a surprise for me. If you don't want it to be a surprise, you just want to tell me that you're coming, then you just let me know. What are we going to do and when is it exactly? So I think we're going to start Friday afternoon or even before. So if you can come like maybe lunchtime, and then in the Friday afternoon, in the evening, we are going to do some kind of activity, probably some kind of a yoga class. I don't know exactly, I haven't planned it yet. And then Saturday morning, we will do full vinyasa. I think I'm so excited about the full vinyasa 30 plus. So I'm always, I'm almost like thinking that when I'm doing these workshops, like also the Let Grow that we're going to do here in spring. So by the way, check that out as well. I have a video about that, 20 minutes long. I have a playlist about the workshops and retreats. I think I will add this vlog video also there because I'm talking about the workshop. So it's a playlist, and there is a about the Let Grow. So check that out. But when I'm thinking about these workshops, people know me as Mr. Astanga. So it's my Astanga background is so strong that people always kind of assume that okay, we're going to do Astanga yoga, and I guess I have a feeling that people expect us to do Astanga yoga, but myself, I'm not really. I don't really need to do Astanga in my workshops. See, I mentioned that I'm gonna come down there. I'm gonna come a bit closer. I have mentioned it before that our workshops are not just about yoga. It's not really a yoga workshop. So our workshops are always about the self, the person, you. And the yoga practices that we use, these are just tools. Man, they found me. Another one. These moose flies, if you don't know what they are, they're just like flies, but they're nasty. They walk sideways. They don't walk straight. When they find you, they will drop their wings and just start to walk around you, like on you. I think I'm gonna start walking now as they found me. So the workshops are not about the practice of yoga. Yes, you will learn also about the practice of yoga. So if you're like, I want to start practicing, yes, this is a good option. But I don't have the necessity or strong desire to practice Ashtanga yoga. All of my practices are somehow influenced by Ashtanga, but I'm not the traditional Ashtangi anymore. For me, when you start to get this, you start to feel that they walk all over you. You know that feeling? So for me, uh, yoga is just a tool. I was going to say something else, but I can't remember what it was. Started talking about the flies. Let's just walk. I'm going to start walking back, and I'm going to film the area here. Hold on. I just put the microphone somehow. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I would prefer to practice full vinyasa. And actually, I would prefer to practice full vinyasa 30 plus, which is my favorite way of practice. Obviously, when we are in a workshop, we have more time, so we could do like full vinyasa 30 plus then something else. Longer null vinyasas, longer slow, or maybe we do full vinyasa 30 plus with the finishing poses. And after finishing poses, we do null vinyasa, we can do box breathing, we can do meditation and stuff like that. So the practice is a tool, and we'll learn to use the tool. In the workshops, then we could maybe really focus on certain aspects of the tool, like how to master it, how to use it better. So, yeah, I don't know how you feel, but I would actually, and especially during the birthday weekend, I am going to do full vinyasa because it's also full vinyasa's birthday. Let me explain. When I went to Helsinki to teach yoga, it was in 2018, I then created full vinyasa. And then I did a full vinyasa kind of teacher training course. It was like a short course I don't think any of them actually started teaching full vinyasa. I think it's more like inspiration for them. Trainers. And so I did a course, and I think I did the course the weekend of 10th of November, my birthday weekend. And yes, it was, because I remember it was my birthday, because we talked about that. So full vinyasa is 6 years old. But now this year, 2024, was the year when I came up with the 30 plus version of it, which is perfect. Like I mentioned in the vlog that I did yesterday, I love the fact that when I do my practice, after the practice, I feel energized, not tired. Check this place out, it's cool. You know what I'm talking about? Astangis, when we practice 6 days a week, strong, really strong, long practice. When Friday comes, we are beat. We're like, oh, thank God, it's weekend, 1 day off. I think many Astangis know what I'm talking about. So now I love the fact that my practice takes 30 plus minutes each morning. I see you guys there. We do that quick practice. It works perfectly. It really does work. I can feel it in my body and my mind. But afterwards, I feel energized. I feel recharged. I was having problems with that word today also in the class. Recharged. Why is it so difficult? I don't know. It's nice to recharge yourself with the practice. So the workshop let's go back to the birthday workshop. So Saturday morning, we're going to do full vinyasa 30 plus. What time? 8 o'clock. Like we always do. I have thought about the weekend classes. You know, we're doing 6 a.m. weekdays, 8 a.m. weekends. But now as I have really gotten into the rhythm and I go to bed early, so I go to bed around 9 o'clock. Before 10 I usually sleep, and I really enjoy it. I rest so well. I wake up before 5. But the weekend 8 o'clock is like I have to wait for it. I almost have a struggle with the breakfast because I don't want to eat before. But I have to wait for it because I wake up so much earlier. So I've been thinking maybe to turn it a bit earlier. But I don't know. You guys let me know. I guess you, the community, can decide. Most of you probably like the fact that it's not that early. So you let me know. But if majority would be like, hey, maybe we start at 7, I would do that. But for now at least, 8, and then during the workshop we will do it at 8 because I will stream it to the community that is not able to join us in the workshop. So after the class, so we do the 30 plus, so we do something more. we do it a little bit longer, but the stream will be the 30 plus. Then we will have breakfast. We will go eat breakfast together somewhere. Then during lunchtime, like during the midday somewhere, we will have a workshop. And the content of the workshop is a question mark still. You can also maybe suggest some ideas if you have something like, I would like to learn more about this or whatever. We can do anything. Or we can have like a fun playground practice, technique playground, where we learn different things. Then in the evening, we'll have another class, another practice. One option also is to do yoga funk. I want to do some yoga funk there as well. Yoga funk is just a fun class with music, so it's kind of like a party. That could be my birthday party as we practice yoga funk. Maybe we go eat dinner, or I don't know. Everything's okay. And then Sunday morning, again, we do the practice. And after the practice, we will end the workshop because it is a Father's Day. So maybe you have some commitments and you can go celebrate Father's Day with your father or your husband, if you have your family's traditional Father's Day things, you know. So we'll end after the morning practice. The price for this celebration, I don't know. I need to update that information. I really don't know. I have had different ideas. One idea was to make it into a like a donation-based thing. So you just pay what you want, and that's one option. I don't know. I have to still figure that one out. The place in Haapsalu, we have a new place where we are going to do it. So we are not going to be in the same studio where we are normally, but we are going to do the workshop in Giovanna's place. Giovanna is part of the community. If you have practiced with us, it's very likely that you have met her. Fly, go away. So her place, the studio where we practice at, is by the Vik. So it's the, I don't know what you call it. It's not the pond, but it's part of the sea that is, it's not open to the sea. It's inside. I don't know if you know Haapsalu, you know the place. There's a swimming place next to it. And I guess you will go swim there with Giovanna, because she's a bit crazy like that. I don't know if she's doing that at the moment, but now as I'm saying it here to all of you, then she better prepare. It's November, it's kind of warm still. The sea is almost warm. Right, Giovanna? So yeah, you can go after the practice. You can go there. So yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. That's really gonna be a chill workshop. It's not gonna be very serious. Not that our workshops are that serious anyway. So that is how we like to do it. Life should not be such a serious thing. It should be a fun adventure. Let's just enjoy this experience of the opposites. That is what I enjoy this. I have learned to enjoy this, and the other half of my life, I'm not gonna worry about too much. It is what it is, and it's all good. And why do I say that? I say it because I guess this is now a good time for me to talk a little bit about my view of life. Hold on, I'm gonna pause it for a moment. And we are back. Boom. So, my worldview, why I say that we shouldn't take it too seriously. I guess many of you can agree with that. But yeah, my worldview is such that I don't think there's anywhere we're supposed to go, anywhere we're supposed to kind of reach. We are here. We are already here. We just lose ourselves into this mental idea, this concept of getting somewhere. Like, I have to do this and that so that I can get there. So when I have this degree, when I have this position in my work, when this and that, then eventually I will be in a situation where I'm happy. Things won't make you happy. People won't make you happy. Happiness is something else. Well, I can't say what it is for you, but this is my view. So, it's a little bit wet here. Let's go that way. So I view this world almost like a game. I don't believe this to be a virtual reality. This is a typical viewpoint for people that see the world differently. They see it as a virtual reality. I don't believe this to be a virtual reality. I believe this to be, or I experience it like this. It's not a belief. And it doesn't really matter what I say here now. But my view of this is, and my logic supports this idea of this being a dream. Quote unquote dream. I'm not saying I'm lying on a bed somewhere dreaming this reality. It's more like this reality is imagination, my imagination. So I am imagining this all, myself included. So this dude, also part of the imagination. There is no objective physical reality out there, only my subjective experience of this. And now as you listen to this, you're like, but hold on, Jokke, what about me? Who am I in this illusion of yours? Well, you're the same as me. You are exactly the same as me. We are not separate. You are I. That is how it goes. So everything is consciousness. Everything is the source. And we live in this imagination of two. So everything here is a it's part of the duality, meaning that everything that exists has its opposite. That is how one can, or that other can exist by having the other to compare itself. Black and white, day and night, up and down, left and right. Did that rhyme? I guess it did. So, anyone know this place? Some of you know, you have been here. So this is the imagination of Brahman. I don't follow any belief systems, also not Hindu or more specifically Advaita Vedanta. No, you don't need any beliefs. Just some serious critical thinking. So yeah, this is my dream. And you and I are the same. So when I say I am Jokke, before I'm in the level of the story, Jokke is a story, right? Jokke is the name. Man, you can see the flies walking on me. Do I have some more? Jokke is the name, it's the 50 years of experience. It's the yoga, it's the enjoys the forest dude. It's the this is a story. This is the character. The character is speaking here. That is why it's so important you to not believe me, but do your own thinking, because I'm just a character. I realize that. But fundamentally I am consciousness, just as you are. That one absolute consciousness. Brahman, the absolute consciousness, experiencing itself through duality, through this limited perspective, not remembering that you are the source, but experiencing this world, this life, and through that experience, eventually realizing yourself. So, shortly, that's my worldview. I'm not trying to push my worldview on you. No need. I respect all of the different worldviews, atheistic, religious worldviews. I don't care. I'm happy for you. You have your experience, and yeah, that's it. I have no need to teach you or try to convince you of anything. But from that perspective, it maybe makes more sense when I say, hey, it's all good. Like the situation in the world, what happens in the world, it's all good. And I really don't want to trigger anyone, because I understand that there's a lot of suffering in the world. But so do you. You also have a lot of suffering. Yeah, but it's nothing compared to... No. You live in the center of your reality. So even your small sufferings are very meaningful for you. There is no objective suffering, only subjective. Okay? So, yeah, in that sense, when I say I'm in a good place, that is what it means. I don't need to fix the world. I don't think the world needs to be fixed. It's all good. It's all good. And I'm more and more starting to accept certain things, certain struggles, as just part of the duality. And to have one kind of an experience there, and we probably all would like to have that great experience. Well, if you want to have this, you have to have that. So, it's to learn to see that the suffering is not bad. It's required to have the other side. Now, maybe there is something that we can learn. And for me, it's at the same time as I'm starting to kind of like chill, not taking things too seriously, but maybe also consciously start to create something, some kind of experiences in your life that you are looking forward to do. Like, what do you... So if you don't like this, what is it that you want to create? And start to become that co-creator of your subjective reality. So that's what I'm doing. And I think Let Grow, the spring workshop, by the way, we're almost at the house. That spring workshop is about that. So raising our vibration, the energy, like the becoming excited about the reality you are in. Becoming excited about yourself within this reality. It's gonna be a very uplifting workshop. Compared to Let Go, which is often kind of maybe deeper. Not deeper, but more serious. The processes we go through in Let Go is usually about the ending, and Let Grow is about the beginning. So you understand that your grandmother dying or your child being born, different energies, correct? One is about letting go, one is about letting grow. It's difficult to let go, but necessary. Because what this duality also has or presents to us, or what is the one of the fundamental truths about this reality is that it will all end. This too shall pass. So if we cannot learn to let go, we are going to struggle because we hold on to something that cannot be held on. But let go is part of that new, exciting process of outward expansion. And this we experience, these cycles we experience every year. That is why I like to live up north, because it's very obvious here. Welcome to letting go. The trees are turning yellow, they will drop their leaves. Let's go into the leaf fall. Snowfall, leaves fall. In the morning I was looking out the window, I saw this. I was like, is it snowing? No, it's just the leaves. It's just the trees letting go. So yeah, come on wind, give us some leaves fall. The tree is turning from the outward expansion into internal inspection. There's a different word that I always I'm looking for, but that goes as well. So everything is turning inwards now, but in the spring it will all go out, outward, outward, outward. Abundance. But now we start planting those seeds, and then bit by bit, after the deepest, coldest part of the winter, bit by bit the light comes back, and then the seeds start to sprout, and then comes summer and everything grows. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is this reality of ours? Really beautiful. So, yeah. Now you know a little bit more about me. There is the house. But the first workshop when we see in person, now you can see me online every day, every single day. With the live streams, 6 a.m. And I restream for you. I'm going to end this video, but I want to talk about that restreaming one day more, because that is my goal, to build a global community here so that you can join our crazy community. I'm a 6 a.m.er. I'm a 6 a.m.er. Yeah. The house. That is where this is old school. This is an old school. Check out my yesterday's vlog when you have time. It was built in 1928 and it functioned as a school from 1928 to I think 1965. And now we practice yoga, teach and learn yoga and self. So anyway, have a great one. See you soon.